Hi, it's Ali here with Nurturing the Feminine. This is my third video diary in my natural PCOS fertility journal. You can take a look at video number 1 on my site if you want to hear some of my history, where I've come from, what's motivating me and where I'm aiming. Today I wanted to focus on 2 areas and update you with how I'm doing on both of them. So the first one is my diet. And a potted history, if you haven't watched the other videos, was that up to about age 20 I was twice the weight I am now. I've maintained 140-pound weight loss, but I only really started to feel truly vibrant when I changed my diet to being more vegan, and I saw many positive changes in my health when I ate like this. I did that for 2 years and saw many positive effects, a lot of them I believe due to the amazing detoxification power that raw food has. But the infrequent periods that I did have completely stopped when I went vegan, and I've come to the conclusion over the last 2 years that I feel better when I eat some animal produce. I'm not so fatigued, I'm not so cold, and I'm more satisfied by my food, which is actually really important because it stops me overeating on sugary things, which I found I was doing a lot when I was eating raw food. And also I'm digesting things better with animal produce, which is so important because if you can't digest your food, you're not getting nutrients from it, and your body's struggling to deal with it when actually it could be sorting out all the other things that are wrong and correcting stuff, which would enable PCOS symptoms to become better. So, more recently I've been experimenting with eggs and fish, cooked and raw, some raw dairy, fermented goat's kefir and cow's milk too, and some cheese, a little bit of red meat and some chicken, some cooked veg, pulses and cooked carbohydrates too. The cooked carbs have mostly been sweet potato and grains, not wheat, which I prepare by soaking them and sprouting them before cooking them overnight in a flask. These are experiments. Basically I'm testing things out on me to see what works best for me, and I haven't come to any solid conclusions yet, but I do have a lot of observations. First of all, I found it really tempting to overeat on complex carbs, especially through the winter when it's been colder, so I'm having to pay real attention to my portion sizes. And I'm finding that a meal with a little bit of protein, a little bit of cooked carbohydrates and quite a big portion of raw veg is often the best combination that leaves me satisfied and happy to go on and without having any cravings. I went through a stage a little while ago of eating far too much dairy for me, and I was feeling awful in the mornings, so I cut it out for about a month, and now I'm just reintroducing some goat's milk kefir slowly to see what happens. I've been through many transformations with food, being a 20-year-old who was 280 pounds, to doing a 5-day water fast, to doing more than one juice feast and eating completely raw. And I'm beginning to believe that these extremes are great if you want short-term effects, but that true satisfaction and health for your body comes from listening to what works for you, being patient and having the patience and time to listen, and then creating a balance in your diet. And then the word balance moves me on to the second thing that I wanted to talk about, which is creativity. It's really not so easy to have balance in your food if you don't have balance in the other areas of your life. And in cultures where fertility issues are unheard of, in naturally fertile cultures, naturally healthy cultures, people just don't live as we do. They don't live by the clock. They don't have stress like we do. They don't have the massive to-do list, and they don't have information overload. They live closer to nature with routines that use their own talents and encourage them to be creative in their everyday life. And as women, creativity is the ultimate virtue for us. It's the ultimate female virtue, as that's what the female does, creates life. And I think it's really easy for us with PCOS to look for an answer elsewhere, in drugs, in surgery, in vitamins, in other cures, when we should actually be taking a look at our own lives and working out why our body's not working, what else it needs to function as it should. And for me, I believe that's to engage my creativity more. I've spent the last 2 years working really hard. I've moved countries, I've been building up a business, I've been in an environment where I don't speak the language. I've been so busy that those creative things have just been pushed aside, and I really have lost a huge part of me. Now's the time for me to bring that back into my life. So I joined a belly dancing class, which is fun. I visited Ravenna a couple of weeks ago, the capital of mosaics in Italy, and I remembered how much I loved them. So I've hunted out a mosaicing course that I can do in the town that's nearest to me here in Italy, which is Florence. In addition, I used to love colouring as a child, and I've bought some pattern colouring books and some new felt tip pens, and I'm absolutely loving getting lost in colouring, the beautiful choice of the colours and shapes. I'm also learning a couple of songs and bringing some music back into my life. To start with, I decided to dedicate 1 hour a couple of times a week to doing my creativity. At the beginning it was hard because there were just so many other things to do. But as I went on, I found I really looked forward to these times, and now I'm engaging with them much more, and it's coming into my life when they're not on my schedule. I really want to do them. Again, at the beginning I thought they were frivolities, but now I can see that they actually change the face of my day. And in that way they're beginning to change my stress levels, my reactions and my reality, which is really cool. I feel that's a really positive thing for building me up as a whole female again. So that's where I'm at on video number 3. I've put a couple of gorgeous sugar-free, gluten-free muffins on my website since my last video. So you can go over to www.nurturingthefeminine.com and check them out if you fancy a treat. While you're there, you can also choose to get these emails, these updates via email, if you want to continue to follow me on my journey to becoming a naturally fully functional feminine. I'm wishing you a great day, and bye for now.